can I access the Movement and Creativity Library? How can I do that? I want to do it more. And there's often, there are things that I want to do that fall off my to-do list. I'm also a Feldenkrais practitioner, so I'm focusing on doing lessons that I may be teaching. I just want to come back to doing lessons because they're fun. They are fun for me, even when I'm doing them for teaching, but without that sense of it having another purpose, but just to be able to incorporate that as part of my daily practice. And I'm also curious about it. I know from doing training that immersion in lessons, in doing something every day and for a lot of the day, really shifts things in a big way for me. So I'm really curious about how to having a daily practice that is a range of Feldenkrais, mostly for Feldenkrais lessons, but also a range of practice. I'm interested in creative practice, in the intersection of organic intelligence and Feldenkrais, and a whole range of other things that really interest me in the library, but I often haven't quite managed to make the time for it. Or maybe I've looked at a series or lessons that I thought, not quite sure I have enough space to do all of them, or I may be put off by the time of them, the length of them. So I just thought, how can I make this easy for me to engage with this resource that I really love and that I want to engage with in a more consistent way, but also in ways that may just really springboard my new year into sort of a range of ways that, I don't know, makes it more, gives me greater capacity for learning, for expanding myself, for enjoying the year ahead. So that is what, that's where the idea came from. And so what I'm going to be doing for the month of January is a practice a day from the Movement and Creativity Library. And I'm inviting other library members to join me. So I just thought, how can it be the easiest, more enriching, most enjoyable? And I thought doing it with other people, for sure, hands down. And also, how can we support each other? Because, you know, many of us might have had these ideas before, but it can be a bit of a challenge to maintain that sort of commitment to ourselves. And I thought having a group would be a way of us supporting each other and making it more fun and enjoyable and a pleasurable journey. So we're going to have a page which is going to be creating a daily practice for a month. On the page there'll be a section for short lessons, and those short lessons will be anything from a couple of minutes up to 40 minutes. And there'll be also a section for longer lessons that will be from 40 minutes to over an hour. And there'll also be a section for talks. So it may be that your month or your week could be 5 days instead of 7 days. You can create it however you want, but the option will be for 7 days of practices. I'll be having the first of the sessions, which will be a check-in sessions, which will be part of our weekly support. There's also going to be a space where you can write your own comments as well. Please join me on the 1st of January. And if you can't join, you can still dip in at any point. You don't have to rock up to the check-ins. You can still do it. And then you can also, you know, leave your comments in chat or something like that. But I'm super excited by this. I'm really excited because I love this whole possibilities that can open up, and the idea of doing it with other people.
Just such excitement that you're doing this. I've wondered for years what it takes to develop a daily practice of something that I absolutely love. And it like you said, it's Feldenkrais, but it's also my artwork, and it's also my writing. And so I am super, super excited that you're doing this.
What I've curated is there for guide only. If you just want to not have to think, it resonates with you, you can have a short or a longer, or even I really encourage people to dive in and just do a part of a lesson, maybe a beginning. And that could be something that you want to do throughout the week. Okay, I'll do 10 minutes of this and maybe go on and do another 20 a bit later on. There's all sorts of ways you can play with this in ways that work for you. So that's just an idea. Also, you might, for one day, there may be a live lesson in the library that you want to do instead of the curated practice. So yes, I'm super excited and lovely to hear that it's resonating with some of you as well.